Recently, we've had a lot of trouble out there, which is spread around the world. And the man in Florida that was sending the bombs to people, I think he sent about 14 or 15, but they found the list he had of 100 people listed that I guess he was planning on sending out bombs. And the way this works is a lot of people have things deep down inside them, and it takes something to set that off. Now, I think the guy in Florida, he set the guy off in Pittsburgh because he's watching him sending out all the bombs. I was scared myself. I was afraid to pick up my mail, and who wants to pick up your mail if it's going to explode? But anyway, that could have set off, I think, the guy that was peaceful sitting there in Pittsburgh. He was 46 years old. He was never in no trouble or nothing. And boom, that set him off. Then he takes his shotgun and 3 pistols and goes to the synagogue and shoots up. Well, he killed 11, injured 6. Bam, just like that. But I think people get set off when something happens. I think if that guy in Florida didn't send all those bombs, supposedly all over the country, the guy in Pittsburgh probably would have just lived. He had a nice, peaceful life. Everybody said he was just so quiet and everything. He never got in no trouble, blah, blah, blah. He put some things on the internet, but I don't think that would make somebody kill 11 people and then injure 6. But I think that's what sets it off, though. When something happens, just like that day when he sent those bombs around to your mailbox, I wouldn't pick up my mail. I paid somebody to go get my mail because I wouldn't do it. I don't know how the rest of the people felt, but now you wonder how this gets started, and when does it get started? Because this anti-Semitism, right now it went up 36% in 2016, and in 2017 it went up 57%. 57%. But you wonder how these people like those two get started. And then it goes back, you wonder how Hitler got started. He was a painter. I think he liked art, but he worked as a painter. And how is a man like that going to get started? Something set him off to where he's just about running the whole world, and he killed 6 million Jews in concentration camp. Now, how does a painter who lives a simple little life go to somebody that's running all of Europe and then almost running the whole country? And that's another thing that bothers me. They started over in Germany, the Germans and Hitler, and around in the 30s, 36, 37. It was like the United States didn't know nothing about it. We didn't really get into that there until there were a lot of people killed. Those concentration camps were set up, and we didn't get into it till several years later, and then there was war declared in 1940. But I guess we couldn't get information out of Germany back to the United States. Everything was so slow, So they were over there working, and Germans were running all over, taking over a lot of those countries around Germany. And how Hitler went to the top, I don't know. I'm thinking there was some big money behind him, because I know he didn't have no money, but I'm thinking people put money up to start that war. But another thing, it was like the United States didn't get tuned in to 2-3 years later. Now, how has it changed now? You think we're going to wait 3 years now if somebody starts shooting people? No. We have a Russian office right here. We don't look like we're that big, but there's a guy named Serge Sorokink, and he runs it. And when I'm doing this speech right now, this video, I'm doing it right now, he's watching it in St. Petersburg, Russia, and if I miss a word, boom, he calls us within 10 seconds from Russia to here. And you see, years ago, when that World War II started, they were over there playing around. We weren't doing nothing. I think they started in 35, 36. We didn't really get into it until 40. Why? I don't know. Maybe we couldn't get the information to come out, and there was nothing going on like it is now, where boom, as soon as I say a word, if I say this word, if I call him, or he'll call my guy, he says, you mispronounced that word within 10 seconds. And another thing, sometimes I need work done. I don't know how he does it. He's only 27 years old. But I say, I need this researched. I want to know these dates and all that. So he goes on their internet and everything in Russia, which I think must be pretty good, because, boom, he'll send me back a paper within probably about 20 minutes with everything on it, all the dates and everything. He's probably pretty good on the internet, but everything's moving so quick now. If you don't think that this shooting in this Jewish synagogue last Saturday, when it was done with the internet, everybody around the world probably knew about it within 1 minute, 2 minutes. So it's not like in World War II, when I know they were out there killing people, because they were running around those different countries, Romania and different places, and they were picking up people to get these camps started, and then they were also killing a lot of people. But all that was going into 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. But today now, I think everybody in the world watched that killings on Saturday in Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. So there's nothing to hide. They all know about it, everybody in the world. And the problem that I can see is the people that have that in their inside their stomach or their gut or whatever, boom, it sets them off. That's what I think happened when the guy in Florida started sending the bombs around. The guy in Pittsburgh was a real nice guy, never got in trouble or nothing, but I think that set him off. So he went downtown, went over to that Tree of Life synagogue, walked in, and just started shooting people as hard as he can. But I don't think this is going to stop. I mean, there's a lot of other people sitting around the world, and if you don't think that's setting some of them off, like a guy could say, I've been waiting to do something my whole life, and that's what sort of the shooter on Saturday said. Waiting and waiting. I want to see all these Jews dead. That's what he said, and he got 11 and injured 6. But and now he's in jail, and the guy in Florida's in jail. So none of them really got killed or anything. I don't know what they'll do. But the guy on Saturday, he has to get the electric chair. If we let him go around and play with him where he gets, all these people around the world that watch that killing, they're going to be watching his sentence. Yep. And if we're going to sit there and say, oh, he made a mistake or whatever, or like the guy in Florida, say, yeah, he was a dancer, a go-go dancer at a club at night, although he didn't kill nobody yet, but he did send out bombs to a lot of big people around the country, big Democrats. But I think that our government and our people, they're going to have to start working on this fast, because you're going to see a lot of things come up, just like over there in Las Vegas. I talked about with the man that did the shooting, and over here in South Carolina, in Charleston, walked into a church, killed a lot of people. So we have these things going, but don't think that deal on Saturday is not going to set off a lot of, and there'll be people sitting there right now, just like you and me, and they'll say, look, I see something I got to do, and I'm going to go out and I'm going to do it. Thank you.